What is going on, Gemini Collective? Welcome back to the channel, Elevated Spirits. It's Jazi, your favorite Cali reader. This is going to be your new moon solar eclipse reading, okay? This reading is going to be specifically tackling the fears that we have, that you guys are, all the signs, including the collective, are being asked to acknowledge at this time, address, work through, and release, all right? So, just bring some sage. So, like I said, this reading is going to be surrounding everything about our fears, okay? So, what those fears might be for some of you, what's challenging it, like what's making it a challenge, what's, challenging the fears at this time, and at least one way that you can navigate and move through it, help you overcome it, okay? So, first of all, rewind. Happy True and New Year to those of you. If you know, you know. Happy New Year, you guys. Happy real New Year. All right. May all the seeds that you planted, that you've been working so hard for and towards, may they prosper, thrive, and grow. May you start and continue to see the fruition of the seeds that you planted. All right. And also a big thank you to those that are still around. I literally had to give myself a few days to honor the cycles of my body. And so for those of you that are still here, that have stayed subscribed to the channel, I appreciate you. It's kind of sad that I have to say that, but it is what the fuck it is. So anywho, thank you for still being here, for being present. All right. So like I was saying, looking at the bottoms of the decks that I've used so far, Gemini, it feels like some of you, this feels very specific, but I'm going to go ahead and say this is what I'm getting, okay? Some of you are in a relationship. It feels like a relationship. It feels like a connection of some sort, okay? Something tied to your heart space, something that is close to your heart, at least, okay? And like, if it's not, exactly tied to your heart space, it's something or someone that you care a lot about, right? But it feels like a cycle, okay? This feels like something that maybe at one point did make you happy. It was fulfilling at one point. However, it feels like this person has turned into someone that tries to control you. If it wasn't like that at the beginning, it's like that now. And some of you, it's like, it feels like this connection is harder. It's more work than it's worth. It's like you're putting in more effort than I feel like it needs to be. Okay, that's, like I said, feels very specific, not going to be for all of you, but for some of you, this is definitely, feels like maybe a type of connection that some of you keep getting into somehow, and it's a cycle there, okay, with this world here being at the bottom. Some of you don't see this. This is something that is hidden, that you don't really see, or you're not acknowledging about these type of connections, okay, is that for some of you, it's a cycle. It's something that some of you, have been kind of like scared to do differently in some type of way, to where that's why it keeps happening, because some of you end up staying. It feels like some of you, it's like, have this inkling to stay in, or this habit of staying in situations longer than you need to, because of this fear of starting over, this fear of it not working out, so it won't work out next time. And that's completely not true. I feel like some of you just have this dare I say, skewed perspective about it. Okay, and I'm not saying that to offend. Please don't take offense to this, but I'm just saying it's in, I've been there too, where we have this distorted way of viewing certain things, and that's just simply because we haven't allowed ourselves to view it differently. You know what I'm saying? That's just where some of you are at right now. Okay, so some of you, you're being presented an opportunity here with this new moon solar eclipse. It's essentially putting it in your face in such a way that I feel for some of you that you can't ignore it. You can't ignore it even if you wanted to. I feel like some of you have maybe deep down known this, but haven't wanted to admit it to yourself, and you're going to have to. Okay. Some of you, it's like you're being really pushed. I feel like forced for some of you, like the universe is forcing you to take back your power. Okay. Like I said, that's not going to be for all of you, but that feels like this is definitely like that for some of you, where some of you know that something needs to end. You know that something maybe just isn't healthy anymore. It's too much work. It's too much. It's like you may have been, like I said, once fulfilled. Maybe it was what you asked for, but you're not happy there. Okay. Okay, or some of you, if this is something that you're in that you don't want to leave, that you're not willing to give up on, that's okay. But there is a cycle within it that needs to end. It's like something still within this dynamic, whatever this is, needs to change. Okay, so it's going to be different for all of you. So let's get into it. So, so a couple decks that I used here is we have closure in reverse, okay, and then we have grieving upright. So even with, you know, with before even looking at these, okay, that's this world card with the empowerment and, you know, the chop wood and all these other cards that are giving, like I said, giving me the same thing here. And then now this is like being even, you know, even more prominent. Okay. So some of you, there's a fear here of feeling like if I close this door that I'll lose and there won't be anything else to replace it. Okay. Some of you need to know that's not true. Some of you, there's like a lack of trust here, that maybe someone has controlled, you know, has dominated your mind or tried to control you so much so, or manipulate you in some way to where they made you believe that you won't find anyone else better than them. That if you leave them, you won't do better. You can't do better than them. That's not true. Okay. Some of you, whatever this fear is, it's like, it's a cycle that I feel like some of you, like I said, have been, you know, it's been ongoing. This is not the first time that this has happened. Okay. That you've been in maybe a connection or a situation that you are scared to close out, that you know you need to close out of fear of loss, a fear of failure, a fear of like, well, if I end this, then it looks like I failed, that it looks like you know what I'm saying? It's like, you guys, some of you are just, like I said, looking at something in a way that is ultimately to your detriment. It's not helping you. Okay. And that's what it feels like, that it has to do with this fear of failure, feeling like, well, if I get another divorce, then that means, like, you know, it's going to give this image that I can't keep a person, when that's not true. That's not what that means. That's just, if that's the definition you give it, you know what I'm saying, then that's up to you. But you also have the power in that same, you know, two sides to the same coin. You also have the power to look at it very differently. That I gave it another chance. I gave love another chance. So I'm brave, actually. You know what I'm saying? Even if it didn't work, at least I know I tried. At least I know I put in the effort. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like it's just a matter of how you choose to look at something. Okay. I feel like some of you need to know that it's okay to feel like I failed and I have to start again, because you're never starting over from scratch. You're starting over with experience. That's what it's all for, is to give you the lessons and basically fill up your toolbox. So when you then, as you, like, for example, in the construction, right, you do different side jobs, little odd jobs, whatever, and it's ultimately building your resume, so to speak. So then you can take all the tools accumulated, right, through those different odd jobs and experiences, and you can take them to get, you know, take on a bigger job, a bigger project, right? So none of it ever goes to waste. And so I feel like some of you, there's a fear here of closing out some sort of cycle, or closing a door on a connection, breaking up with someone, something of that nature. Okay. Out of fear of, like I said, that you fear of being viewed as if you're a failure of some sort. And I feel like it has to do with someone who is controlling you, someone whoever you're with, that, like I said, maybe at one point did make you happy. It's like it's turned into control. It's turned into a mind game for somebody. Okay. That part is not for all of you, but take it as it applies. Okay. Still general. So some of you have a fear walking away. Like I said, the fact that this closure card came in reverse with the grieving card upright, okay, with the 8 of Cups here and the World, like, some of y'all have a serious fear of leaving something behind that you know is no longer good for you. Even if it was, not every connection, even if you married them, not every connection is meant to last a lifetime, okay? Even soulmates. Soulmates aren't even always in the form of a romantic partner. Sometimes soulmates come in a form of kids, in the form of a sibling, a parent, a spouse, friends. It doesn't matter. Soulmates come in all different types of forms, okay? And not all of them are meant to go or last your lifetime. That's just facts. And I feel like some of you, there's this fear of not being able to start over, not being able to, you know, do it again. And that's where we need, and I feel like it's like it feels like an old paradigm that some of you are holding on to. Like back in the day, like even my grandparents, you know, it was like a lot of us didn't know that, like, my grandmother was being low-key abused by my granddad till after they both passed away. Nobody knew. right? But that day and age, they were raised under the paradigm that if you get married, you need to stay no matter what's going on, no matter how you're treated, you don't leave type shit. And that's a crazy slave mindset. But given the era that they came from, it makes sense, right? That's what they were taught. So I feel like some of you are still holding on to, even if it's subconsciously, from your parents, right? From your grandparents or something, right? Where it's like now it's this need to modernize your ideology. Okay. Some of you are scared to do that. You're scared to look like a failure. Some of you are scared to start over out of fear of like, I got to get to know somebody again and da 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 da. Again, that's a perspective. Instead, look at it like an adventure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get to rediscover myself and somebody else. Like, how cool is that? Like, you know, I get to start over. This is just the beginning versus like, I'm too old for that. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's all about how you view things. So let's see. Challenges. So how this fear is challenging you at this time, it's definitely, like I said, it's challenging for some of you. It's testing your patience. Okay. Some of you, it's definitely testing your patience. Others of you, it's creating, it feels like not only blockages in your finances for some of you, but it's, I feel like also fucking with your creativity. Okay. This passion card here, for some of you, that has to do with your creativity. Others of you, this could definitely be your libido. It's playing into your sexual drive. And I'm not saying that, you know, that has to be a big deal, but for some of you, if you haven't been, you know, feeling passionate in that way, okay, this could have something to do with that. All right. It's like, it's all energy. So I feel like some of you, how this is challenging you is that some of you, it's like, some of you, there's this idea that I don't like the options that you don't have, that you won't, again, we won't find nobody else. Or there's, you know, that if I leave this job, that there isn't any other options out there. Okay. And I feel like it's a matter of, you know, your resolve and being patient, letting the opportunities make their way to you, let them open up to you, let you align to them, instead of just assuming that, you know, because I can't yet see them, that they're not there. Okay. This is about not putting all your eggs into one basket. Okay. It's about being patient and knowing and letting the opportunities, even if you can't yet see them, know that they're there. They're out there for you, but you do have to align to them. You do have to allow them into your experience. Okay. And that may, again, take strength. Okay. For some of you, it's challenging your own inner strength. Okay. And that could, again, be creating financial difficulties for you. If you feel like your finances are locking up, it's because it's, you know, and some people tend to think that one area of life shouldn't affect the other, but it does, because it's all energy. Energy doesn't die. It changes form. It moves. It transforms. It, you know, shifts. So if you're finding blockages in certain areas of life, especially when it comes to finances, because that's coming out here for you guys, this could be why. And that could be someone's energy of trying to control you is also messing with your finances as well. Okay. So like I said, for some of you, there's a connection here that you're having a hard time disconnecting from, or feeling like I can't leave because if I do this, I won't have anything else. Even if this person is, say for some of you, where this, like I said, where this applies, where you're with someone or married to someone, dating someone, whatever it might be, who is paying, let's say, all your bills, or you're depending on them monetarily. This is spirit saying that that it's, you know, it may feel challenging, but there are other opportunities opening up for you that are available to you, or that can be presented to you. But you have to be willing to, you know, not only express to the universe that, you know, to open up these doors for me, you have to ask, right? But then you also have to be patient and allow. Okay. So then we also have these two cards that came out, Black Widow. And Curtain Call. So you're being asked to pay attention. Okay. You're really being asked to pay attention, because this Black Widow card is like someone you can't trust. Betrayal, warning, twisted, cunning, danger, toxic situation or relationship, web of control, entrapment, unexpected attack, insidious, poisonous, low vibration. Like I said, some of you, this is something that you're needing to close the curtain on. They're essentially needing to, you know, view as if like observe and not absorb. Watch it like a movie. Just watch this person. Watch how they act. Watch how they talk. Watch their behavior. Okay? Watch and just see how this person, what they say to control you. Some of you maybe haven't seen this, or maybe you're not. It's like some of you, like I said, this has maybe happened so many times to where it feels normal. And I feel like it's not. Okay? Like I said, it's not going to be for all of you, but if you watch, some of you, you're being asked to really watch this person. And when you watch, you're going to see how twisted they really are, how low vibrational this person really is, or this situation, whatever this is. I feel like some of you haven't maybe sat long enough to just watch and see it. But this solar eclipse is going to make it clear to you. I feel like for some of you, if you haven't seen it yet, the veil is going to be lifted from your eyes and you're going to see people very, very clearly. Okay? Whether this is a particular person or this is just people around you that are connected to your heart space. Okay? Some of you, Geminis, are being really called to put yourself first, in a sense. Okay? Where you're being asked to really empower yourself, to really stand in your power and do what makes you happy. Even if it feels like it's hard work, it doesn't matter. It's okay to start over again. It's okay to fail and have to try again. It's totally okay. Don't ever feel like you have to stay anywhere. I don't care how old you are. Please don't ever feel like you have to stay somewhere just because of history, just because you've been there for so long, or because it's my family, or whatever the fuck. Not everybody's meant to come with you, okay? Some of you, this is warning you. Some of you, this is coming through as a warning. And maybe for those of you who feel like, I'm not struggling financially, my finances are great. That could be true for now. But for some of you, if you don't get a hold on whatever this is, whatever you're being asked to close out or leave behind, you will struggle financially. Maybe it hasn't happened yet, but some of you, this is coming through as a warning. There's someone in your environment, in your circumstances, in your life, in your energy that you cannot trust. Okay? Someone is, if they haven't betrayed you yet, it's coming. Okay? Something is toxic here. And I feel like some of you know exactly what this is, but you just haven't allowed yourself to see it yet. So, Knight of Wands. Okay? Some of you, this person could be a player. For some of you, this is someone who is, flighty. Okay? Someone who may be like taking your money, and instead of paying the bills, they're tricking off someone else and acting like they got money, but they're really paying someone, you know what I'm saying? Like buying somebody else stuff with your money type shit. Like I'm not projecting that, but that's the example that I'm getting here. Okay? So some of you, that could be who you're dealing with, where you haven't seen it yet. Maybe you don't have proof. Okay? But like I said, this solar new moon eclipse is going to make shit so clear to a lot of us. If it hasn't been clear yet, it will be. Okay? And for some of you, like I said, this is a warning. Where this person, this situation, it's like it's going to have a spotlight on it, where you can't miss it if you want it to. Okay? I'm seeing fame here, celebrity. Some of you, this could be a celebrity. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know what celebrities are Geminis, but this could be them. Okay? That someone could be betraying them. It's like, just wait on it. I'm hearing just wait on it. With the patient card, patience, just wait on it. Someone who's maybe in the spotlight, someone who's a celebrity. It's like I'm hearing someone's throwing someone under the bus. So this could be you, Gemini. This could be someone around you that's essentially throwing you under the bus. They're betraying you in some type of way. So if you're thinking about making like maybe some type of financial move or something, just wait. Be patient. Maybe someone's trying to ask you to invest in something. I wouldn't do it yet. I would wait. And not only that, I just remember, thank you, Spirit. Today, literally today, marks the first day of Mercury retrograde. Don't let that scare you. I noticed that a lot of readers, as well as a lot of astrologers, tend to, advise people to not do certain things or make certain moves during Mercury retrograde. And I would highly and strongly recommend you always follow your own intuition about that, okay? It's not to say that to not do anything. It's just to be mindful, meaning dot your I's, cross your T's, be on point. Double, triple, quadruple check things if you need to. But don't let that stop you from making decisions and living your life, okay? These are just kind of like ways to work with the energies. It's letting you know what's available, what's, present, what's presenting itself, so you know how to work with it. But it's not to stop you from making moves and making decisions, okay? Don't let that scare you. So, but yeah. All right, let's keep going. So what is at least one way you can navigate this energy? So we have Poised, card 48, and 3 Sagittarius crew, okay? So, and then we have the 8 of Swords with the King of Cups, okay? So I feel like this is really saying, Gemini, to get out of your head and get in your heart. Get out of your head and get into your heart space, drop into your heart space. Don't get emotionally, stay emotionally balanced and be ready. Because this poise card is being ready. It's when opportunity presents itself, being ready, being confident that at the right time, the right thing will come and you'll be open and ready for it. So this is about staying open, staying ready for the opportunities. That's again what that patience card is talking about. Okay. It's about being ready for when opportunities present themselves, you're ready to take them. But this is also about co-creating with spirit. Okay. If you have people that are on your side that you can reach out to, that you trust, reach out to them. Ask them for help. Ask them for their assistance, however you're guided to do that. Okay, whatever that might be. Meaning it's like if you need to get out of a toxic situation, for example, and you need a place to go, you need a place to stay, and you have people that it's not to say to go ask them to live with them. No, what I'm saying is ask them, hey, I'm in a bind and I'm gonna need to make a move very soon. Can you keep your eye out for, any places that may become available? This is my budget, or, whatever information. Like I said, you need to really follow your intuition here about what information you give. But I'm just saying, if you have people that you can reach out to in that way, just to kind of like put the bug in their ear to, hey, keep an eye out, for these type of opportunities that they come up, let me know. And then in the meantime, okay, while that's happening, you be patient and you keep your emotions in check, right? And you observe and you keep working, keep doing your thing and staying out of your head. Stop looking at your situations or your circumstances as a trap, as a prison, because it's only the thoughts in your mind that are making you feel like that. You don't need to feel like that unless you choose to. Okay, so this is where spirit is saying, co-create with spirit, stay open to the opportunities and be open. Okay, team effort, alliance, assets, pooling assets. So this is like putting your money together. If you need to, like, let's say, come up with a certain sum of money and you have money in different places that you're investing, this is about putting all that shit together. What can I put, what do I need to take to put all together to make this move, to exit safely, right? If that's what you're needing to do. So this is about using your resources and staying open and confident, okay, with the opportunities as they present themselves. Okay, so I meant to clarify these as I went, but oh well, let's get into it now. So let's see. Clarify the Eight of Cups. Spirit, why is that here for Gemini? Oh, beautiful. I can't even make it up. The World. 2 different decks, you guys. The World, twice. Okay? Twice Gemini. So some of you, like I said, you're scared. Others of you, now that I'm thinking about it, with the grieving and all that, this still feels like maybe this could be a fear of losing some type of success. That meaning, like, if you leave something that you won't be able to, like, if you leave, like, let's say this record company or this particular job, that you won't get hired anywhere else. That's not true. Okay, some of you, like, it's whatever it is, it's like the way you're viewing the situation, I feel like, is not helping you. It's not benefiting you. Okay, others of you, though, this has to do with closing a cycle. Okay, somebody that some of you have been dating, or that you have been with, that you stayed with out of fear of having to start over, is somebody you were never supposed to stay with. Some of you are still with someone that you were not meant to be with long term. This person just came into your life to teach you things, right? That's typically what people consider karmics are. They're just simply people to teach you lessons. And we have been karmics to other people, where we just teach them things, maybe about themselves, okay, about life, about whatever their soul needed to experience from us. Okay, and that's for some of you what this is, where some of you are scared to leave a situation, or scared to close some type of door that you're needing to close, you're not happy in. And this is about leaving and choosing yourself and going and doing what makes you feel happy, even if it feels like it's hard work. It's all about how you choose to look at it. And I feel like for you, if that applies, your happiness is worth it. It's worth the effort, right? So, but again, that's just a matter of how you choose to see it. So let's clarify, what is this Knight of Wands? Some of you, this could also be too, that if this flighty, kind of like in and out, playerish type of, like one night stand-ish type of energy that I'm getting here, if that's not someone else, that could be you guys. Some of you are in a relationship, but you want to be single. Some of you miss being able to just, not have to really commit to anybody, but just kind of like be able to be in and out and, just kind of like hang out and vibe with someone, get some if you want, and then leave, right? And some of you miss that. And if you're not happy in being in a commitment, then don't do it. It's really that simple. Don't be where you're feeling controlled, or you're feeling like you can't be free, or you're not feeling like you can really come and go as you please. Don't stay where you don't belong, where you're not thriving, okay? Whatever the situation may be. So, let's see. Clarify the Knight of Wands. Why is it here for Gemini? What is this Knight of Wands here? Ten of Pentacles. Okay. For some of you, look, King of Cups at the bottom again. Some of you, this is someone that you have money or something tied to, and you're scared of leaving it. You're scared of, well, if I leave, they're going to do this, or, they're going to do that. Spirit is saying, keep your options open. Meaning, ask for what it is that you need, but also reach out. Use the resources that you have to open up doors of opportunity to, work with, like, if it has to do with, like, finances, where someone, if I leave them, they're going to put me on child support type shit. Like, do what you need to do to prepare for that. Not prepare for it, but I'm saying, like, avert it. Meaning that even if they tried, you already got something in place for that. You see what I'm saying? So it's like thinking ahead is what I'm getting here. Okay? Working with the resources and the people that to where that you don't have to worry about that. Okay? It's like I said, this could be someone that you're, that you have a family with, that you've essentially built some type of legacy with, or business, or, empire, whatever that is. Others of you, this is something that for some of you, this is what you want. Some of you want this empire. You want to build a legacy. But it's like some of you you fear that you don't have maybe the finances, or, whatever, to actually attain that. That could be challenging you. That could be creating a challenge here. Okay. But I feel like that's not something you need to worry about. It's about how you choose to view the situation. Okay. I feel like you have what it takes, but there is a need to be patient here and allow doors of opportunity to open themselves to you. Okay. For you to jump in there and, do what needs to be done. So let's clarify. What's the Eight of Swords? The King of Cups. Why is it here for Geminis, for how they can navigate or work through? What is one way they can work through this energy? Release these fears. With the Eight of Pentacles. 88. With the Eight of Cups, 888. Okay. So this is about, putting in your effort. Time, effort, opportunities. Whatever you're working on, this is about keep going. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to quit. Okay. If you need to, if you're able to, obviously, where you can, outsource. Work with other people. Collaborate. Okay. And if you feel like, I don't have anybody to work with, blah, 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 don't let that stop you. That's where you talk to spirit then. That's where you co-create with the Most High. That's where you co-create with your benevolent ancestors. The ancestors that are here to help you, that are rooting for you, that are here to support you. You reach out to them. You talk to your angels. You talk to your spirit team. You talk to those in the ethers that you cannot see with your 3D eyeballs. That's who you work with then. If you don't have anybody, you feel like you don't have anybody in your 3D, you still have people. It's just a matter of you reaching out to them. And if you don't think that that's good enough or that's worthy enough, then that's why you're going to be stuck. I'm just saying. I'm only saying. Let's see. One more. For Gemini. It's like, all I'm saying is don't downplay your resources. Okay? Especially if you haven't used them yet. If you haven't even tried, don't downplay it. Okay? So, 9 of Wands. Like I said, this is not the time to give up. I just literally got through saying that. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to quit. So this is your indication to push through. Yes, you've gone through a lot. Yes, it's been difficult. Yes, it's been hard. Okay? It's been challenging. But you're so close. So this is not the time to give up. Okay? This is also about boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries with yourself, with other people, wherever they're necessary. This is the time to do them. If you know that you're overindulging in certain things, or maybe getting drunk more than you need to, or whatever that might be because you're trying to numb something, this is a time to put boundaries in place to where I'm no longer going to use that as a coping mechanism. Even if it's with other people. If you find that people are just, calling your phone willy-nilly. This is a time to be like, okay, I need to set boundaries and put my phone on do not disturb. Only vital people belong on the my favorites list that bypasses the do not disturb. Otherwise, that's how I have my phone. I had to do that because people take your access for granted. They take your energy for granted and think that they could just, you know what I'm saying, access you whenever, and they don't have respect for the time that you're trying to work, that you're trying to get things done. And for me, working for myself, by myself, I do all this shit by myself. My discipline has to be on point. I have to literally minimize my distractions as much as possible. So I had to do that for my benefit, because ain't nobody doing this shit but me. Nobody's helping me but me. And of course my spirit team. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, in the physical realm, right? I do all this shit by myself. So I had to take those steps because otherwise people don't care. They don't care what you have going on. So let's get a word of advice, and real fast. Chariot is at the bottom here. Interesting. 8 of Cups is underneath that. Okay. So like I said, this is, you know, about alignment, getting in alignment and walking away from anything that doesn't serve. That's what some of you are scared of. You're walking away from something that you know doesn't serve you anymore, something you know isn't for you anymore, but you're scared of closing that cycle out of maybe fear that you won't, that, you know, is making the wrong decision, or, you know, you won't find anything better. And again, that's not true. It's just not. Like I said, some of you are maybe, even if you don't realize you're doing it, some of you may be seeking kind of like permission to choose yourself. And if I need to give you permission in this right now moment, you have all the permission you need to choose yourself. Okay? If you know you're not happy, you feel like you're being controlled, you feel like you're being, like you can't be yourself, like your passion lies elsewhere, like you can't really be free like you want to be, this is your permission slip to choose yourself. Okay? So let's get some advice from your benevolent ancestors. Okay? For Gemini. Okay, all right. So we had 2 that came out. We had challenge and transformation. All right. So some of you are definitely feeling challenged right now, but I feel like your ancestors are asking you to look at how this challenge is ultimately trying to shift you. How can you look at this challenge as a benefit versus a detriment? How can you look at your challenge, at whatever you feel is challenging you, as how is it trying to strengthen me? How can I shift? What am I needing to essentially let go of? What is this challenge presenting in me that I need to release, that I need to essentially shed? What old versions of me am I being asked to shed through this? That's why it's challenging me. That's why it feels like a challenge, but it's how is it ultimately trying to shape me or guide me to the highest and best version of myself. Okay? Some of you are being asked to look at that. That's your advice from your ancestors, to realize that you are going through a major transformation. This new moon solar eclipse is illuminating a lot of things to a lot of us. And so for some of you, it's going to challenge you, but it's challenging you because it's trying to change you. It's trying to help you shed old layers of yourself, old versions of yourself, in order to sprout into the best, highest, most aligned version of you. Okay? And it's not easy, the process that we have to go through sometimes to get there. But it's happening because you're capable, because you're more than capable. You're worthy of being and experiencing that best and highest version. Okay? Just a matter of how you choose to look at it. All right. So I'm going to pull a time frame card for you guys real fast. So if you'd like to get ask a question about when, you know, a time frame that you're looking for something to happen, remember that tarot is not guaranteed. Okay? But I like to do these just because it gives you something at least to work with, something to look forward to. Otherwise, it gives you something to work with spirit, to co-create. Okay? Meaning if you don't like it, then you can work with spirit and get your alignment together, right? Because timing is never about linear time. It's about alignment to what you're asking for. So let this be of an aid, okay, of some type of support to help you align to what you would like to see. So pause the video if you need, but let's get a time frame for a Gemini. Okay. So we have 4 that popped out. So first one that came out is before the next major holiday. Okay. So next major holiday, today is the real New Year. April Fool's for some. We just had Easter. So the next major holiday is July 4th, I want to say. Okay? It's the only one I could think of. So, for the next major holiday. So, we also have before the year ends. So, these could be for different things. This could be different ones for different ones of you, okay? Before the winter months, which is obviously next year because we just came out of the winter months, and in 2 months, okay? So, Gemini, that's what I have for you. I really hope this reading helped and benefited those that needed the messages. If you did enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing, liking, sharing, following, all the good stuff. And until next time, you guys, howdy.